Hello, dearie. How are you doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully well. If today is the first time you are stopping by, hello, hi. My name is Salasi. I'm a registered nurse here in Ghana. I don't know why today I feel like introducing myself because I don't know. So you are welcome. So this today's video is it's an answer to a comment I got, but I think applies to a whole lot of graduate nurses and midwives who are staying in the house. At least for us at today, we have about five batches of nurses from 2021 to 2025 that are unemployed. So this applies to you. So I got this comment that says, how one can progress. This was a video request actually. So how one can progress in the nursing field, because honestly, nursing jobs are scarce here in Ghana. Migrating to other countries has become so hectic. So as a youth that just finished my national service and has no luck finding a job, what can I do? Please, if you have any advice, I will be happy to hear it. And that's from Lolo Lipopo. Only your name, Lolo Lipopo. So yeah, I've been pondering on these comments for so long now. We were posted in 2020, no, 2015, but then I graduated. We finished our exams in 2013. So we were the 2013 batch of nurses that graduated in this country. And we were the first batch of nurses who had to wait 7 months to get posted. Meanwhile, our predecessors got posted right after their national service. Right after your national service, you go for your 1 month or 2 months leave to rest, and then you go and you get your postings and you start working. But for us, we finished our service in, I think, February or so, either February or January. And we had to stay home for 7 months. And in those 7 months, what killed us, like the frustrating part, was the uncertainty. Like, we didn't know when postings were coming. There was no information, there was no updates from anywhere. We were just waiting month after month after month. And at a point, we just didn't know what to do. So with that little experience, I know what you're going through, because for us it was 7 months. Imagine someone who graduated in 2021 and is still in the house, unemployed, and all of that. I understand what you're going through. So, for me, the first thing I think you should be doing, if you are done with your training and you're still in the house, I think the first priority for you is to start garnering or gathering experience. Nursing, yes, we have the theoretical background for why we do the things we do, but at the end of the day, there are many skills in nursing that you need to polish. Okay, what you learned in school is the tip of the iceberg. The field will teach you how to adapt, how to think on your feet, how to actually utilize your skills, how to interpret data, how to assess a client, what a client's vital signs means, how to actually nurse a patient to health. And so, if you are staying in the house doing things outside of your nursing skills, the longer you stay, the higher the chances that you will lose all those skills. So for me, even though the main thing you'll be thinking of is having a source of income, I think you should also be looking at getting experience and sharpening your skills. Because yes, like you said, migrating to other countries is hectic, but it's an option for you. Okay, it's an option for you. The government has signed agreements with countries like Grenada, Barbados, And also, there are other opportunities that nurses use and travel out of this country. I know of people who have traveled out of this country at minimal cost, okay, minimal. But one thing that is constant with all this traveling outside the country is people with experience. Because you ask yourself, why is it that is the employed nurses that are traveling out of the country and not the graduate nurses that are in the house? Because the graduate nurses that are in the house are not experienced, but the working staff are experienced, and employers outside of the country are not waiting or are not interested in employing people who are not experienced. They want people who are ready to work. We employ you today, we know that for the basic things you can handle, and if there are extra skills that we feel you should gain, then we give you that. But we don't want a novice who has never been to the field, or the most that novice has ever had is going for clinicals. It's not enough. So gain experience. So how do you gain experience? You can try to get a temporary employment at a private facility. Okay, a private facility may employ you. The salary may not be as good as you want it to be, but if you can cater for your TNT and your maybe breakfast, lunch, what did it twice a day, and if you're a girl, if you can cater for your pad and your underwears, you're okay for now, okay? So that you can use that to your advantage. You can use that to gain experience, okay? You can put that on your resume. Oh, I've worked in this facility for so and so number of months, or so and so number of years. It is experience. Yeah, you can work with NGOs that are focused on health screening, clinical outreaches, those ones. Yeah, most times those one comes with some no commune allowances. So you can use that to support yourself. You can also work in schools that have infirmaries, especially private schools that want to have a nurse in the school, to have a school nurse. So you can also work as a school nurse, or if you can't get any employment that will earn you some local fuel, write to any of the government hospitals a letter that you want to volunteer. But you are writing a letter because you want it to be official, so that when you put it on your resume, there's someone to collaborate your story, that okay, so and so has been working with us on volunteer basis for the past 2 years, for the past 6 months, so that they know that you have the skills. You have the skills. You can put in your letter that you want to have experience in so and so units. So if you are a general nurse, in your volunteer letter, you write that you want to have experience in the OPD, the wards. If the hospital has a surgical ward and a medical ward, you try to work in those wards, so that you know how to triage at the OPD, and you also know how to work on the ward itself, gain those experiences. Then you can enrich your resume. Okay, you are not just a graduate anymore, you are someone who has experience. And with volunteerism, I always say that if you volunteer at a hospital and you work 2 to 3 days a week for 2 years, it's still 2 years of work experience. Okay, it's still 2 years of work experience. And if you can't gain any gainful employment, then you can find something doing, a side business that you can do. I remember in those 7 months, I was helping my stepmother to sell gobe in one of the secondary school, Maoli Secondary School. And for days that we don't go to the school to sell gobe, I was selling my unbreakable plates, nurse, graduate nurse, me so me unbreakable bowls na be the kochima. But that kept me going. It's better than waking up, lazing around, not doing anything. You are just a burden to the family again. Yeah, wako square and so in first world. Yeah, that's one. That's depending on the family you are coming from. Okay, if your family is good and there is money, then you should go back to school. Go back to school. If you did diploma, go back and do your degree. If you did degree, see if you can do your masters. Okay, don't wait for posting, and don't wait to start working before you upgrade yourself. Go and get a higher degree. If you did certificate, look for ways to start getting your degree. If you are in school before posting counts, I have a video on that. I think I talked in depth on that. If you have a higher certificate before they are posting your year group, I think I have a video on that. I'll link it at the end. Okay, get higher education if you can afford it. If not, just be doing your boja boja business or what. Nowadays the internet is a place for everything. Everything is possible. You can have an online shop without having a physical shop. People do pre-order sales and all of that. Do something. You are a nurse, you are a midwife, you have medical knowledge, you can explain things in a way that a layman can understand. You can explain medical terms in a way that a layman can understand. So if that is something that you think you can talk about, go ahead. Talk about health topics and all of that. Small, small, but once you are picking up from there. And even in this system, the world we are in now, one income stream is not enough. You always have to add something. So this is just helping you to build that up. Okay. So now maybe you have your experience, you have some small income on the side that you're doing. Then now you start looking at the job market. In another video, I'll talk about the memorandum of understanding that the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association has with True Merits and how that can benefit you. True Merit is, from what I've gathered, is a job market where you can put your resume and employers can come view your resume and see if you are a fit for them, and they contact you to work with them or to employ you outside the country. Okay, so we'll talk about that in depth. But for you to be able to benefit from something like this, you need experience. Most times they are looking for 2 years experience, at least 2 years experience. And so that's why I talked about gathering experience. Oh, these are some of the things I think you can do to prepare yourself. Don't just sit and wait and keep waiting for posting to come. We don't know when posting will come. Okay, but you can do all these things to prepare yourself. You can get employers from outside the country that will be willing to pay for all your expenses to come to their country and come and work, and I've seen it done multiple times. There are others that go through shady means. Some of them, they fake marriage documents, and those ones, it's a whole lot of headache that I don't think is the best. The best way is to find people that are willing to employ you. Either they will give you a sign up bonus, or they will give you um they will pay for your expenses to get to the country. Then you go there, you know that this is why I'm there. Yeah, some shady thing, you are paired with somebody, the person is paying for everything, so you are just an addition, and then you get there, it's a whole mess. So yeah, these are the things I think you can do to help yourself. And then when I upload the True Merit video, I'll link it here for you to watch. But for now, you can watch this, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.